What's up, guys? It's Phil here. Today, we are waiting on my buddy John to get here. He's going to walk us through FSD in his new, I think it's a 2024 or 2025 Model 3, showing us everything from summon to how it navigates through residential neighborhoods and everything, and as well as parking. So I'm interested to see how it parks and everything that's good to go FSD Model 3. Let's check it out. This your first Tesla or no?
No,
Okay.
it's not my first.
Which one was your first?
My first Tesla, I got a Model S in 2012.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
so this car is like a third the price of the Model S I got in 2012.
Yeah.
And it's better. I mean, it's better. Just classic innovation, iteration.
Mm-hmm.
It's quieter.
Did that one have any self-driving or no?
It did not.
Okay.
It was funny. Like, I didn't even know what self-driving was. I got it.
Yeah.
And the allure of that car was, I don't have to go to the gas station.
Yeah.
You have to go to the gas station. It's a performance 85.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole pitch was, it's fast.
Mm-hmm.
It was like faster than a Ferrari. I didn't have to go to the gas station. Didn't have to get oil changes.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
Yeah.
And it was amazing.
I think the first EV I had was a Polestar 3, to Polestar 2, and he had one at the same time, so we were Uber drivers. That's how we met. And so yeah, the Polestar was my first one, and then I got the EV9.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So you've never owned a Tesla?
Nope.
Okay.
I think what happened? I think when I went to go get my Polestar at Hertz, I think they just gave me the Polestar, so I didn't have a choice.
Yeah, that's right.
And then I know the Tesla charging network, it's better.
Yeah.
But no, I think so when I was in the market to buy my EV9, I went and test drove a Model Y. So I was this close to buying a Model Y, and I was just gonna get it just because it qualified for Uber Black, and I like the charging infrastructure and everything.
Yeah.
But the interior didn't wow me at all. I was
Yeah.
like, it'll be a work car. And so once I looked at the EV9, I saw the buttons. I had 3 rows. I was like, all right, I'm sold on this.
No, I get
But
it. Totally get it.
definitely, like, the technology behind Tesla, the charging standard, charging network, and everything, that kind of makes it better. But the cars themselves, besides this,
Well, we'll see.
yeah.
I want to see what your impression is.
All right.
Hear it and drive it. So what do you want to do here? You want to
So
drive it around?
yeah, give me. So you were just driving yourself right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you gauge when you're gonna use it, and do you just get it in and use it every time, or how do you?
Yeah.
How do you?
I mean, I generally use it. There's definitely a learning curve when you're first doing it.
Really?
Yeah, there's a learning curve, just getting comfortable with it.
Okay.
And at first it sounds like absolute lunacy to let the car drive itself.
Uh-huh.
But then you gain confidence in it. And all the while, like, I've been using the full self-driving for several years now.
Yeah.
But it's so much better now than it used to be.
Did the Model S have any like lane centering technology in that?
No, my original Model S didn't have anything. And then
Okay.
I think in 2013 or 14, then they started putting in cameras.
Yeah.
And I saw the early versions of that.
So the Model S didn't have these outside cameras on it? The first one you had?
The original did.
Okay.
I may be wrong, but I don't think it did. But
Yeah.
then, like, pretty early in its, life.
Yeah.
I think 2013, 2014, you started to see the cameras, and then you started, hearing about, wow, these things can drive itself. And
Yeah.
initially, it was a glorified cruise control.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, what are they even talking about?
So initially, and this was the party trick, like, people would flip out, like, you're on the highway and it's keeping a distance from the car in front of you.
Yeah.
That was the initial. And then it was like, well, it's changing lanes.
Uh-huh.
And people had never seen that before. They were flipping out. Are you kidding me? This car's changing lanes.
Yeah.
And then, that's a Rivian right there.
I know.
And then the car started leaving the exit on the highway.
Yeah.
And in its initial iteration, it wasn't that good. It would sometimes miss it, and you'd have to intervene.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's just butter, man. It does everything. And the surprise is, if it makes a mistake, that's the anomaly.
That's the shock.
And it's very rare.
Yeah.
It's very rare. I just saw some data today. They're now up to an intervention only every 505 miles.
Wow.
And understand that the intervention rate, I think, was like every 50 miles just like 3 or 4 months ago. So it's logarithmically or parabolically improving. Because I'm not a tech guy, but they've got all this compute. They've got GPUs. They've got billions of dollars of compute, and they've got the data.
Yeah.
And we're seeing it. So all I know is the product I'm using, it's definitely better than it was before. And I like the fact that you're skeptical because I want to see your reaction to its.
So you want me behind the wheel, or you gonna just want to walk us through how you do it?
I don't care. I'll walk you through how we do it.
All right, I'm gonna get in the passenger, and then you walk me through how you use it. Okay. Not bad.
Hold a bag, carry-on bag.
Yeah. Okay.
The trunk is pretty capacious. I mean, have you seen the trunk?
Yeah, I've seen the trunk. Let's see. Now, can you close that from your phone?
I know I can on some of the other.
Oh, this is not the trunk that I thought it was. See, I thought it was like the Polestar trunk where it's more of a hatchback.
It goes very deep.
Yeah.
And then you've got
under.
Space.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Carry on. Okay.
There.
Yeah.
But it goes pretty deep. I mean.
Okay.
It's There's an umbrella.
Yeah.
And that's the depth.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can control that.
Open. And then you can close this one.
It won't let you.
It won't close.
It'll let you open. It won't let you close.
Okay.
However, in the Model X Cybertruck, you can close.
Oh, okay.
You can close it on the app.
Okay.
And I can close this on the app. I can close the.
Yeah, the rear one.
The rear one.
Nice. Oh yeah, this is the one that has a little screen in the back for climate control for the passengers, right?
Correct.
Wow. Okay.
You can control music too.
Okay. And this has gotten better, you said, right?
It's insane.
Yeah.
Man. It's insane. So.
Did you have apps on the Model S? Like YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you got all that. It's the same screen. This is the same interface that you'll have on Cybertruck or whatever you're listening to.
Yeah.
It'll have whatever you're listening to. It's the same thing. The stereo on this is killer. You've got a look at that. That's a speaker right there. You get serious bass. It's great.
Now this camera right here is this for
it's making sure I'm not like sleeping or whatever, and it will give me a prompt.
This is what watches you while the FSD is.
Correct.
Oh.
Now you can hack it a little bit if you wear sunglasses.
Yeah, you said that.
You know, it's like so. And then on navigate, you can go in it like it's kind of cool in the navigation function. Navigate to pizza. Watch what it'll do. It'll pull up pizzas. You hit where you want to go. So I don't know. Let's go there. So it's going to do that. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to press this button right here for FSD. I have to have my foot on the brake to do it. So to press drive. All right.
Wow.
So first thing you're gonna notice too is how quiet this is compared to Model 3 that you've been in before. I don't know if you see the acoustics.
Yeah, he used to drive one. Is this quieter than the older ones?
Turn the sound on.
Yeah.
See what you think.
That's what everybody says. They always got in my Uber and they were like, yeah, there's just so much noise and it's so yeah, this is.
My wife has a Model S from 2 years ago. This is quieter than her Model S.
Yeah.
So right now I'm doing nothing. I'm just gonna let you see full FSD in its glory. See what it does. You got climate control in the back if you need it. Heated seats, cooling seats too, actually.
In the back, or
No,
just in front?
The back has heated.
Okay.
The front has heat or cool.
Okay. Wow. Okay, it's going 25 and a 30. Okay.
And it shows you what the speed.
Yeah. Do you think that the steering wheel is necessary? Like, can you imagine maybe a time where the steering wheel either goes away or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Like currently, it is necessary because there are occasions where I have to intervene, and it may not be like a cataclysmic situation. It's just I'm intervening because I don't want the guy behind me honking me.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, that is extremely unusual right now. Now, that was somewhat common even, it was common 2 years ago. It was infrequent as of a year ago. January was the big step change when they came out with version 12. And now we're on to 13.2, and they just released, I think, 13.24, which is downloading pretty soon. some of them right now. And right now it's rare. It's rare for an intervention. I can tell you it's rare for an intervention.
Yeah.
So you ask, do I use it? Yeah, it's my default right now. Why?
Yeah.
Honestly, because it's relaxing.
Right. That's what someone said. So one of the links
relaxing.
you sent me, they were like, yeah, I didn't get to, bust out a bunch of work or anything because I wasn't on my phone, but I got time to think and just, that's what people were saying.
And I am supervising it. Like, I'm legitimately supervising it. But like 2 years ago, I would have been nervous. There's pedestrians there.
Yeah. So this is great. This is great to catch.
I'm absolutely confident
that because it passed that other lady and it didn't even.
I'm absolutely confident. These two people are in no harm's way right now.
Now, what I did notice is that it picks up that there's one person, not two.
It's going to go to 2 in a minute.
Really?
Yeah, it'll go to 2.
Wow.
Oh yeah, and see what it's going. It's crossing the median right now.
Yep.
It put on the turn signal. It's doing the left, and it crossed the median to stay out of the way.
Yeah.
Look right there. See that garbage can?
Yeah.
If it's typically, it will show like a garbage can or some.
It showed that car in the driveway of that house back there.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's got 8 cameras. It's showing everything.
Now, what's the standard? What does that mean?
That means standard speed or setting. So if I scroll up, it'll make it a little bit more aggressive.
Oh.
So now 45.
And it can make it more conservative too.
Correct.
Wow.
So I can screen down. It saw me looking away. So that's the prompt. That blue thing is the prompt that it's telling me, hey, just pay attention.
So what'd you do right there when you just scrolled that bar up?
I told it to go a little faster.
Oh, okay.
But again, I don't need to do that. I'm just fine tuning what I want to do. Where it's right now, if it sees brush in the street like a branch, it will typically move out of the way a little bit if there's not a car next to me. Like, it's starting to really get humanistic.
Yeah.
Like, it's starting to get very competent. And in fact, whenever I think of myself, hey, you know what? I'd get in the left lane. That's what I'm thinking. Like, right now.
Just thought about it.
It just did it. Like, it's doing what humans do.
Right. Let's lessen the. Yeah.
It's showing you everything.
Now, what I do notice is that it doesn't pick up on that car in front. Like, there's a truck in front, and it's only identifying this car right here.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But other than that, I mean, it's telling us cars that we can't even see.
Yeah, the one in front of this.
Yeah, it's not tracking that one.
Correct. So, I mean, why do I use it? One is, it's like having a digital or virtual chauffeur. Who doesn't want that?
Exactly.
I mean, I like it. I think it does make me feel safer. It's a layer of safety. There may be something in my blind spot that I don't see, but it does see. It may, I have 2 eyes. It has 8 eyes.
Yeah.
And it sees everything going on. So, but the primary reason, it's just relaxing for me.
Right.
Especially in traffic. It's like, if there's crazy traffic, stop, start, it just does its thing. And I can just chill out.
What's this section of the screen up here? What is that kind of doing? Just kind of monitoring the traffic ahead?
Yeah, it's showing the traffic pattern. It lets you know it has Google. I think it's integrated with Google.
Okay.
It'll show you where there's red. So it'll show you traffic patterns. Traffic anticipation. And the other thing it's doing now too, sometimes I'll have a destination that involves the highway. Yeah. But it takes me on a local road. I'm like, why is it doing that? Well, it turns out, when I look at the map, it's red.
More red up there.
There's obstruction on the highway. Right. So it's doing what I would have done. So it's smart. It's just very efficient. Yeah. And it used to not have that sort of good integration, but now it's acting like Waze or even better. Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is Google Maps powered anyway. Yeah. So okay, I didn't know they were doing that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they're pulling all that data.
It's got that data, and if I'm correct, it's got the Tesla data, so it's going to get real time.
It's merging all of that.
It has real time data. Yeah. If someone has to slow down and it's not.
Can you report obstacles in the road? Like if there's a
not currently
closure.
But
okay.
I've seen on X people are talking that's coming.
Okay.
Apparently, where you can use it like a Waze crowdsource kind of functionality.
Okay. Wow, it's identifying people at the bus stop.
Yeah, for sure. It sees everything.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it sees everything.
Yeah.
It sees cars in the parking
lot. It pulled the speed sign. Like it showed the sign and then.
Yeah.
Wow.
When it sees me looking away, you heard that.
Yeah.
So it's It's supervised FSD right
Okay,
now.
let me ask you this. I want to try something. That Target back there has a parking garage. Do you think that this can navigate up a parking into
Navigate to Target.
Yeah, let's do that.
I'll let it do the U-turn. I'll let it do the whole thing.
Oh my God.
Let's see what it does.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it'll do that.
Let's watch the Tesla safely U-turn on Northwest Highway.
Yeah, let's see what it does. And it is going to do U-turn. You're correct.
Yeah,
it's going to do it on Douglas.
Oh my God.
So for me, like this, for you seems dramatic. I'm absolutely certain it'll do it flawlessly.
Right.
I'm just like, it's that good right now. Yeah, it's showing you what it's going to do, and it is going to do that.
But even for a human, this is like sketchy. You know what I mean? Making a U-turn on Northwest Highway, right?
For sure. For sure. I mean, the hardest thing is I've had scenarios in Los Angeles with like 3 lanes each way, lots of traffic, where it will take a left onto that oncoming traffic and do it. And do it like the way I would have done it.
Yeah.
Like I was nervous about it. It happened recently. It just did it. It did it great.
Man.
No drama at all. So yeah, I mean the car's quiet.
So okay, now before this experience, I thought the Tesla, the interior is too minimal, right? But now it all makes sense because the whole idea is just get in here and get to where you're gonna go. I don't need any buttons. I don't need any.
This is correct.
Oh my God.
As Elon says, the best part is no part.
Yeah. And this thing just made a U-turn.
Yeah. So this car, my pitch is, it's quiet now. The knock used to be, it's not. It's quiet, it's comfortable. You hear the thud of the door when you close it. Like the build quality is so much better on this.
Yeah.
This car, I think, is equivalent or better than the Model S almost. The Model S is bigger and it's got a little wood, fine, but it's quieter than my wife's Model S from just 2 years ago. It's quieter.
Yeah.
It's less than half the price. The thing's fast. It's like 0 to 60 in, I don't know, 4 seconds or 4.1. This is the dual drive. It's driving itself. It's got heated seats, cooling seats, a killer stereo. It's like, what more do I want?
Yeah.
Do I want pleated leather and wood? I don't really give a crap.
All right.
You know, I don't care about that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice, but I don't really care. I'm much more enthralled with this stuff. And the stereo's killer.
It is.
Basement. All right, so it's going to take it's telling us to take a left on Douglas. That's correct.
Yep.
And then your question is, will it park itself in the parking lot? I've seen it do that before, and I've seen it not. So let's see what it does.
Okay, all right.
Let's see if it'll take me to a parking spot.
Yes. Yeah, let's see what it does once it arrives at a...
Yeah. And that's the thing. This is what's interesting, is because it's acting humanistically, and it's, you know, it's got its own brain they call the neural net. You don't always know what it's going to do at the end point. Sometimes it will park, sometimes it won't.
Is there no option for you to like
I don't,
if you dig into
I don't think there is.
Okay.
I want it to. Maybe I'm wrong on this, but I don't think there is.
Yeah.
I've had it take me right into a parking spot.
You told me that. Yeah.
Let's see what it does. So.
I'm sold.
Well, I mean,
I'm sold.
As an Uber driver, what it's gonna do is it's gonna de-stress you. You can relax. You're not even gonna feel like you're working.
I know.
The car's working. You're not working. The car's working.
Yeah.
Now you're just like a supervisor.
You're not wearing down the. What?
The car's
hop out, load some luggage in.
Yeah, you're just relaxing. The car's driving. You're
okay, listen. My other question: does it automatically? They say, "Hey, you've been in FSD for 5 hours now. Do you want to take a break?" Does it automatically turn off after a certain time, or?
No.
Okay.
No, and it requires. Okay, so. This is peculiar.
Yep.
Let's see. Let's just be real here.
Okay.
This isn't Target.
No.
So, fine.
All right.
Wrong.
And so FSD disengaged?
Yeah.
Okay.
What I want to do is demonstrate its its ability to find a spot.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna let it do its thing. Let's just see where it takes us.
Oh, that's the other thing. I was gonna ask you. It can be in self-drive mode, but with no destination.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm not even gonna ask. Yeah.
It's doing this right now. I don't know where it's taking us, but let's just see what it's just gonna do its thing. You're correct. It's in self-driving mode. I don't have a destination right now.
But it can take you around. So all you have to do is hit left or right.
This is correct. Sometimes I forget to put in my destination.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I'm like, well, why is it
I had a big question about that. Yeah. Because I was like, it probably doesn't work if it doesn't have anywhere to go. But wow.
Yeah. So I mean, this would be easy. I can just.
Yeah. Let it park in one of these. Let's try that.
I'll show you how it shows the
Okay.
parking spots.
All right. Yeah.
First thing, it'll.
Because this is good too, because these are slanted spots, so they're not your typical spots.
It'll typically show
the lines
of
yeah.
the grid.
I think these are kind of faded. Maybe it doesn't recognize.
Maybe it needs the cue of having other cars next to it. But it's a good point. It's not doing that. But let me go adjacent to the cars over there.
Okay.
Just see. Right now I'm driving, of course. But
yeah.
Just kind of expedite this. The acceleration's great.
I know, it's crazy. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's really great. I mean, it's just great. Woo. It drives so great. I love the way this.
Do you have regenerative braking? What's your level of having?
Well, in some of the cars you could pick. Now in this one, I don't think you get to.
You don't get to adjust it.
In this one, it.
Apply brakes when regenerative braking is limited.
Just put that on. No, but you don't get a choice.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
Oh, this is why it wasn't doing that before. By the way,
what is auto shift?
Auto shift is where you just it'll automatically reverse when it can't go forward. It'll just know to reverse.
Oh.
So yeah, it kind of.
Okay, here's this bad one because
I can demonstrate that, but yeah, you don't have to press go forward or back because it knows there's only one direction, or if there is a choice, it will pick the logical thing you would have done.
Okay.
So that's what that is.
All right, let's get it to park.
Typically, there's a blue box that shows here.
Oh, let you select.
Since the last update, maybe it.
Start FSD from park. Oh.
Well, this one makes it automatic. So I'm actually. It defaults that. So no matter what, you're always going to use.
Oh, they can do that?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So it would default as your default option. Always use FSD. I'm not going to do that because sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
But want to do that thing with the. Oh, here. Let's just move out of.
That's how you reverse. You just slide that back.
Yeah, you slide. There's no stop.
Yeah. I just thought about that. Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so here now we're starting to.
Okay, now we see lines.
But usually I don't know why it's not giving me the option.
Okay.
Usually you'll see blue square here.
Maybe it's because they're slanted and they're not the typical spots that it's used to.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because that is kind of like a, that's like a AI learning thing. It has to learn slanted spots versus regular.
I think right now it's.
Smart enough?
Everything that's it should be smart enough.
Yeah.
I don't have the answer to you. I don't know why it's not doing that.
Okay.
So, I don't know. If you want to try it, you can try it. I'll just pull in here. You can try it. Right. So, you just say where you want to go and. Blah, blah, blah.
But okay, all right. I'm a. What does that do?
That's just locking the doors.
Oh, okay.
Locking the doors.
Okay.
So for FSD, you have to give me a navigation target. Let's just
hold on, wait, because you said you can activate it with no destination. So how would one just?
Oh, if you want to just press that button.
What? Okay, so.
There you go. So you're in FSD right now.
Okay. And you don't set like cruise control. You set a speed. This is just pinging off of.
It follows the speed limit, and then you can scroll up if you want it to be a little faster. I think it'll allow you to go like 10 miles faster than. It stopped. Limit.
I was wondering what it was gonna do here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Now this is interesting because up ahead is just.
Yeah.
It's nothing. So I want to know what it's.
It'll pull out of the parking lot, and then it's gonna get on the. Yeah, it'll pull out right up here. It'll take a left, and then it'll get on to. Probably take you to Preston or do a U-turn.
Oh my. Look, this is interesting because it's like.
Yeah, but it's telling you it's going to take a right.
Okay. Is it waiting on this car?
Probably.
Okay.
Yep.
That's smart.
Yep. Object and path detected. Take over to proceed.
See?
Okay.
So this is kind of like, is this median is right here?
Accelerator, we'll see what it does. Okay, now re-engage FSD.
Oh.
It got oh, see, there's your parks, by the way.
Oh.
You were correct. There's some.
So that blue box. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so press that. Now press start.
Ooh, it's gonna back in.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm sold. I'm sold.
I love that you're pumped about it.
Oh my, it's gonna back in.
Yeah.
And you just pop in and go to the store.
This isn't even like I love this. But
yeah.
It's like I've done this. It's like, but I love it. Like you've not seen it.
Oh.
You're right. It doesn't translate when you tell someone, they don't believe you.
Oh,
they've solved this thing. They've solved FSD.
Auto
it's
park
doing
complete.
stuff like this. Yeah.
And so this is the other thing. So there's no power off button with these. You just hop out,
and then
it just.
Yeah. The idea of having a on and off is so ridiculous. Yeah. And there's a ton of
mine does.
Well, there's Tesla owners who forget to turn their cars off because they're so used to this. It's so seamless. Yeah, of course.
So
I never turn my
windows are cracked, and you want to go and run inside the store.
Yeah.
Do you just hop out? Will it roll the windows up automatically? How does that work?
No. It'll alert you that the windows are open because there is a thing where you can. And I'm not sure on the app. It may be that you can put the windows up from the car.
Okay. Oh, and I didn't even know it had these. I thought these were gone. So you can manually roll them up and down.
Oh yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't even know they had that. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
now it parked itself.
Now, here's another thing. Like if I rent let's say I Turo a Tesla. I've done this before. I put my ID on there. It puts all my settings in on the other Tesla. So
wait, you can log into a different Tesla with your profile, and it'll adjust the seat and everything?
It puts the seat, it loads all my stereo settings, all the music I like, even the EQ.
What?
Everything's done. Yeah, because it's my Tesla. Because I have
your
a digital profile.
Yeah.
So it goes with me.
Let me ask you this. Does it always back in the spots, or it does whatever it wants? Is it sometimes knows it?
Oh, yeah, sometimes I go forward.
Okay, because
this is correct.
I'm a big back end guy.
The reason it went back end is because you were in front of it. I think if you were,
I chose a different one.
Yeah, if you'd not gone this far, it probably would have gone forward rather than backwards. But I think you were beyond it. You were beyond it.
Okay.
In this one-way direction, so it decided to go backwards. I think that's why it did that.
Okay. Another thing I want you to do is show me the summon thing. So let's say
I will. I tried it at home today. I've never used it. I know a lot of people have used it successfully. I was underwhelmed today, but I wasn't in a parking lot. I was in a residential area.
Okay.
So why don't we do this? Can you just physically drive into that parking lot over there, and we'll try the summon stuff.
All right. How do you go drive?
Hit the brake.
Okay.
And then just
it
automatically went
to drive mode.
It's automatically in drive mode because it knows you're not going to go backwards. If it doesn't know, sometimes you do have to scroll.
Right. I got to get used to this. I like the button thing.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, like I'm used to it, but a lot of people complain they really don't like the stockless turn. A lot of people don't.
What'd you tell me to do?
Just park here.
Park and let it.
Just park in here. All right. In fact, if you want to try the. Yeah, you're right. It's not.
It doesn't pick up on slanted. Yeah. That's an update. That's an update for them. Yeah.
All right. So, and then just park right here.
And that's kind of telling you, hey, you're getting close to the
and then
curb.
Just press park there. Yeah, that tells you close to the curb. It tells you how far. So what I'm having to do is I'm modifying it, or I'm like titrating it to get it just right. I think it'll eventually be capable enough, and we all know this. It's going to be capable enough. It'll leave some other spot and it'll come
pop in. Yeah.
Heck, it's going to be capable enough once we have robo-taxis that I could summon this thing from, 2 miles away.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's
return home or something.
The tech's already in there. Technology's in there.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'm sold.
Well, unless you have some aesthetic complaint about it, which I respect.
Yeah.
I just think like the value proposition. And by the way, the new Model Y that's coming out this year, they just showed. I don't know if you've seen the video. Actually, there's pictures in China. Have you seen the pictures
of the model? Yeah, I've seen
the new Model Y.
Yeah.
And the seventh row, or probably the third row, 7-seater, you can use. It's not manual now. It's electric.
They'll fold up and down.
Yeah,
that's always important.
Now I don't know how big they are though. That may be your problem.
No, you can't fit six foot people back there. But I think this, and even for a personal vehicle, I think I can fully manually drive my Uber and everything. But having one of these when I can just need to go do something and I don't want to have to drive and I can just. Oh my gosh.
I mean, this is my daily driver. I love this car.
Yeah.
I love it. It's just, I just like it. I like minimalism.
Have you tried like Super Cruise and any other car like GMCs? Have you tried any others?
I've seen videos.
Just seems to work.
I've seen, it's like, honestly, they're not even comparable.
Right.
And what's weird is it's not widely reported. In fact, the reporting is almost inverse because I don't know if you saw that graph that came out like a year or two ago where the quote experts told you the best full self-driving suites, and Tesla was ranked last.
Yeah.
And perversely, all these other products were ranked way ahead of it. But
Yeah.
then I'm seeing videos. My eyes aren't lying because I'm seeing people driving themselves. I'm driving myself.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing like the product Super Cruise, or the product that Ford has, Blue Cruise,
Right.
and the product that Mercedes has that's limited to only highways, not local roads, and you have to be under 40 miles per hour on a sunny day. I'm like, come on, man. And that was rated higher. I'm like, this is like so bogus, these ratings. So I think there's going to be a massive awakening, a massive discovery in the next year. I'm almost certain of it, where you're going to hear masses talking about, oh my gosh, Teslas they really are driving themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, because you're seeing it here. I mean, it's
man.
Is it perfect? No. And that was an example. Actually, I'm glad it happened. It did not go to the target. It was. I don't know why it did that.
Yeah. And I think that's just sometimes like a GPS type. I mean, actually, that target is real weird because it's one of the ones where it has a parking garage, so it's not just your regular,
I mean, let me prove.
That's why I chose that one, because I was like, let's see what it does here.
That's it. Because honestly, that doesn't. I literally can navigate anything, and that's very rare for it to happen. I mean, give me any navigation within a mile or two of here, and I'm pretty certain it's going to go where it wants to, where you
wanted to go.
Yeah, that was really
Take
weird.
it to the Tom Thumb.
Navigate to Tom Thumb. How about this one? 2.4 miles away.
Okay, that's not the closest. Oh yeah, that one. Okay.
All right. So tap.
Okay.
Now it's going to take you to Tom Thumb. I'm be like shocked.
You're right.
If it doesn't do it accurately.
No,
by the way, look where it exited.
I know.
Tiny thing.
Crazy.
And it's doing it.
This doesn't even seem like an exit.
Now I'm hitting accelerator a little bit just to prompt it to get out of that jam. But it would have probably done it itself, but I just didn't want to wait.
Yeah. I think that little curb freaked it out when we tried to come out of there.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's funny though. It hasn't gotten used to slanted parking spots yet. But that's one update away. You know? Okay, red lights.
Now here's a case where I can wait.
See, this is why I love it, right?
Forward.
That car was blocking the view,
but
it still was able to. Wow.
And it's funny you say that, because right when I was about to say, I'm going to accelerate just to bring it up.
Yeah, it did it.
It did it. I didn't even end up having to do it. So.
And I wonder what made it get out of that lane.
Yeah. So it's taking us to the Tom Thumb.
Oh, the one right over here. Okay.
Yeah, right over here. So good. That's actually great.
Okay. It's identifying. It knows. Okay. Oh, that's why I got over, because it's going to make a left eventually. Okay. This will be good. It's going through a residential. Wow.
There's no one doing this right now as
No.
far as other products.
No.
Now, the guy who's like one of the self-made geniuses in FSD, or in full self-drive, the guy named George Hotz, H-O-T-Z.
Yeah.
He has this company called AI Comma.
Yeah.
And Elon respects him. They've
He used to work for Tesla?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
But I think he's one of these like self-made technologists.
Okay.
And he yesterday said basically like,
full stop.
He said FSD is blowing me away. Like he gave his acknowledgement. He's Tesla's competitor.
Yeah.
And it really is happening. You're starting to see the dominoes fall. Even like the guy who, the Waymo guy, just gave props. Like Waymo's their main competitor.
Yeah.
I mean that's a nice Rivian.
So I saw a video of a guy at, and this was probably just a random freak out, but he was in a Waymo at the airport, and it was just doing loops around. It just freaked out.
In LA.
Yep.
Well, it can do stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've never had any weird hallucinations like that.
Yeah.
My FSD situations have been the rare case where, wait a second, it's not stopping soon enough for that stop sign, and I intervene. Like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which is rare.
It feels like it's not, but then it does it, you know?
Like on the But there are rare cases, and I've seen videos of it, where it doesn't stop in time.
Oh.
Or goes through a stop sign.
Yeah.
It can do that.
Yeah.
And that's why it's not unsupervised right now. It's supervised. It's
Oh,
not perfect.
yeah.
So you still can't be complacent. I'm always looking around.
Right.
But it's pretty darn good. Like, their numbers right now are 1 in 500. Those are crazy good numbers.
Yeah.
1 in 500 miles.
Have you ran into an instance where maybe the police or the fire department are up ahead and, maybe they have it shut down to one, like either or traffic? Have you had that situation?
I've had situations where, like, they're manually directing you into one lane and it sees it and it follows it.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
It does all that. It makes the adjustments.
Yeah.
I've had situations where there's ambulances coming. Now, I haven't seen it like react the way a human would with an ambulance, like saying, hey, pull to the side of the road.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it defer to an ambulance. But it has no problems when someone's like tailoring the 2-lane to 1 lane because of traffic.
Right.
There's barricades. It knows all that stuff.
3 people, it knows.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
I think it's seeing those as 2. It may have seen them as superimposed.
Yeah.
But still, it's not going to hit the pedestrian.
Right.
It's like, I'm confident about that. See what it's doing? See the cars there? So it just pulls the wheels
Yeah.
crosses the median.
That's insane.
Now it'll pull back like it does that very naturally.
Yeah.
So here you have some action guys wanting to back up out of his garage.
There you go.
Out of his driveway. Now I'm excited about the day Elon tweeted a couple of years ago that Teslas will recognize other Teslas on the road.
Mm-hmm.
They're not differentiated right now.
No.
Basically, it'll show you car, truck, pedestrian, motorcycle.
Yeah.
But I am excited when it'll see other Teslas.
Yeah, it almost will show you their username or something.
It would be amazing. Like if you see some little indication, maybe like a shade of coloring that shows the car color, just some sort of indication or a little T. That'll be really cool.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
It even has that car identified, the one that's weirdly parked in the parallel spot. Yeah. Wow. So does it know when it's, how some roads are like, these guys don't have to stop, but we have to stop, right? It's not an all-way stop intersection where the crossing traffic doesn't have to stop. It picks up on that too?
Yeah, I've seen it do. Like it handles roundabouts fine.
It handles roundabout? That's the other thing. Yeah, that'd be cool, crazy to see too.
Fine.
Wow.
Absolutely fine. I do roundabout. It's great.
Yeah.
I find roundabouts sometimes confusing. It handles it really well.
Oh my God.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Do you trust it enough to... All right, this is the other question. If a teenager doesn't have a license yet, can the Tesla get them to a destination without them technically driving?
Yeah, I mean, this is a really good question. I think regulation is that, no, you have to have
right,
a license. It's still supervised.
Right.
Once it goes unsupervised, yes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You could put a
send your child off in it.
Send your child. And I think there is a future where young people aren't driving.
I know.
In robotaxis. Now,
I mean, if they're jumping in Ubers now.
It stops right now. You got a pedestrian. It sees her. It stopped. It's totally polite. Like, yes, and she was, by the way, over there.
Yeah.
She wasn't even in the street yet.
Yeah.
But it deferred to her. It
to
knew
stop
to
it.
wait.
Yeah.
And here we go, crossing the median a little bit. There's a car there. Like it's doing everything it's supposed to do. Car oncoming, it sees it. We're a little more off to the right now. It just makes all these little adjustments. It sees the pedestrian.
It identified in their yard.
It sees all that.
This is smart. Wow. And no rolling stops. It fully stops and then goes.
Yeah.
Better than a human.
No, it gets exciting when you have like stuff that 2 eyeballs in a human, 2 eyes can't properly digest.
Yeah.
Like I saw someone take their Tesla through Times Square.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. Or imagine like.
And it worked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like there's so much to process.
I know, right?
It'd be hard. I've been to India before, and they don't even follow the lines.
I know, they're making their own.
India,
no, people in the car, they tell me all the time, they're like, this is a 3-lane road, but in India, this would be 7. I'm
precisely.
Like,
So this is where it's going to, I think FSD is really going to be good for that. It's got 8 eyes, 8 eyeballs. It can handle all the chaos of a different type of road system.
Yeah.
I saw someone, like I was just looking, unrelated, like some guy driving through Cairo. Cairo's crazy apparently. I've never been, but like it's like huge population density. There's like livestock in the street.
Yeah.
They're not following the lines of the road. Like it'll be great in that situation.
Yeah. What's this app right here?
Oh, that's your camera, so I can just show the person behind me.
Okay.
Some people like to drive with the camera. Now, the new Model Y will have a camera in the front. This doesn't have a camera in the front.
Okay.
You can press a button. The Cybertruck has it, where you can
see.
You can see front and back.
Right.
This one just has.
Can you see the? Okay, that was my other question.
Oh,
you can see these cameras. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if you can amplify that, but yeah, it's just showing you that that's.
Okay.
And then you can make it go away. But some people like to drive and see everything.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. That's a good safety feature too. You're like, is there someone walking around me? Is someone trying to do, just something crazy? You just put your camera on.
Yeah. Wow.
So look at this tree. That branch is encroaching a little bit. Let's see if it makes a little micro adjustment. Even right there. Yeah. It may not. I've seen it move out of the way for tree branches, but those are so bare, it may not perceive it.
Yeah.
It doesn't show up on here, but
that door was swinging and the camera popped up to show you.
That's great. Yeah, it didn't really adjust, but it didn't hit it either. So.
Yeah.
So I have the option of I like to see when it takes turns. The camera activates.
Okay.
So anyways, zero intervention. It's just doing its thing. It's
wow.
This is very typical. Here's a pedestrian right here. Look at this.
Yeah.
He sees it.
Yeah, I don't feel on edge at all.
Yeah, it's It's very comfortable. You know, my wife used to tell me turn the FSD off. She'd get really peeved because it'd be like very abrupt. It would be like all of a sudden it stops. Or do phantom braking once in a while, as they call it, where the brake suddenly turns on for no real great reason.
Yeah.
It doesn't do any of that stuff now.
Yeah.
It just drives.
With updates, it just gotten better.
It's smooth. It gets better.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is there's version 14 coming out this year. This is version 13. Like,
does your wife's car qualify for the FSD too? Okay.
Yeah, she uses it.
Okay.
And she used to be a skeptic, and she uses it pretty routinely.
And it works the same even in the older models?
Well, no.
Or is it a little bit
buggier?
Let me
answer that accurate. It is buggier.
Okay, yeah.
So I have a 2017 Model X.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's the way it used to be like 3 years ago. I've gotten so used to this.
Yeah.
So I canceled my subscription. I have a 2017. It has one of the earlier hardware suites.
Yeah.
I think hardware 2.
Mm-hmm.
And it is not nearly as good. It's more abrupt. It's still, I'm the better driver with that.
Yeah.
With this, I'd say we're equivalent drivers.
Yeah.
Like it's
that was taking those stops back there through the neighborhood. I roll sometime. You know what I mean?
Now the other thing is the Model 3 from 2 years ago is hardware 3. This is hardware 4. This new Model 3.
Okay.
So it does not drive as well on hardware 3. It's still good.
Yeah.
But they're on version 12.6 right now, whereas I'm on version 13.2.
Okay.
So if you have the newer Tesla, you're getting a better
experience.
Yeah. You're getting a better experience.
Okay.
It's still good. 12.6 is still good. That's the version I had on. That's the version we got last year.
See, where they missed the mark is when you go do a test drive with Tesla, they just give you the keys and you go do it. There was nobody to walk me through how the FSD worked, because if I would have seen all this, I would have known that I wouldn't. I'm just supervising. I don't have to really be driving all day.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Here's your thumb.
Here we go. Let's see what.
Yeah. Now I will tell you. I predict we'll be able to get in the parking spots the way.
These are slanted too, so that's another interesting part. Let's see.
Let's see.
Because these are slanted.
They are.
Look at it. So maybe it's navigating to the front door. How does it even know? Like.
Yeah. Let's see what it does.
See, my head would say, but no, I don't think it recognizes slanted spots yet.
Yeah,
exactly.
I had it do it. Okay, so let's see.
Slanted spots. It's not identifying any blue boxes, so maybe those are more easier. But it doesn't seem to differentiate between handicap spots or not. You know.
That's a good question too. I don't know the answer to that.
'Cause
I think it does actually, but I may not be correct on that.
Okay.
All right, so in this case, it's just taking
front door.
It's doing the front door. But, and this is me, by the way.
Yeah.
I overtook it. So, let's see if it'll park into this spot here, like what you're suggesting.
So now we know.
I think you may have.
It doesn't know slanted spots.
I think you're right.
It doesn't know slanted
spot
spot.
thing.
Interesting.
Well, let's go where it's
Yeah.
not slanted.
See where there's regular spots. See if it.
Okay.
Wow, this thing can drive you 0 emissions, driving you around.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So
Ooh. Okay.
Which one do you want?
All right.
Tell me which one.
Do the one right next to the car. Yep. Nose in. Nose in. No, back in. Oh my God. This thing's better than me because I back into all my spots.
I love that you're excited about this. It is good, man.
Yeah.
It's good for parallel parking because parallel parking can be tricky.
Oh yeah.
It's really good at parallel parking.
Wow.
So just following the lines, doing its thing.
This. Boop. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. The future's here.
Yeah, it's good, man.
Wow. And then essentially you could go in, summon maybe, right? And it'll
It'll summon it to the front.
Wow.
Yeah, it'll summon it to the front.
This is it.
I think summon, it's going to get a lot better.
Yeah,
people
definitely.
Are doing it, but there's a NHTSA announcement this week that they're investigating the current summon because there's been a couple car collisions. So again, it'll improve.
Yeah.
But
yeah, take us back to La La Land. Can you name the car? Like in the system? Like, does it, like you name your phone? Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you can name the car.
Wow.
You get a good option. All right, so we're going to do that. Lover.
Now, is your phone is connected through Bluetooth?
Yeah, so
okay.
I wanted to tell you that earlier. We talk about how I never lock the car because it just knows the lock.
Yeah.
Conversely, I never pull out my card to open up the car.
You just walk up to it? Yeah.
The idea of using a key or a card, the only time I use that was with a valet. So I give the card, but otherwise I'm not. And if you lose your key, like if I lost a Mercedes fob.
Yeah.
Or a Range Rover.
That's like $2,000. Yeah.
I mean, what is it? It's going to be a lot of money to replace.
So
this, you know how much it is? I think it's like $30
for the card.
Yeah, it's $30.
So you have to keep the car. So you go to valet. If you don't have that card with you, you can't valet the car, right?
Yeah, you can. What I would do is the car's still active. I'd say go park it, and then when I come back to the valet to get the card, I have to actually activate it or unlock it and activate it or go with him.
So they can drive the car without the phone being in the car still?
Correct.
Okay.
It's still active. He can park it, but then as far as getting back in the car, I'm going to have to unlock it and turn the car on or give him my phone or go with him.
Oh, okay. So
typically the valet will just say, come with me or give me your phone.
Okay.
And they'll do that.
Okay.
But yeah, I've done that before. You get so used to it. I've had a case where I don't have my card on me and I'm so used to doing it.
So I was eating one day at a restaurant and I saw a guy, his car. I watched him let his Model Y park itself. So that and it backed in. So I'm thinking that back end might be the standard that it does.
Maybe. I've had it do it front ways.
Okay.
Well, so it does both.
Okay.
But yeah.
This is a crazy little turn that it just done. This is nice.
Oh yeah.
Waited for that car to do its thing. Wow. People don't even know what's going on right now.
Here's a classic case. You're going to say, well, what about paying attention?
Yeah.
It just saw my
detected.
phone. So,
yeah.
So I'm going to put my sunglasses on and try to read this without it.
Okay. It's monitoring all this traffic.
Yeah. So that's great news, period. That's great news, period. Let me know what she wants to do, period. She may go home if she wants to, period.
Automatically route to home, work, or next calendar. You can put a calendar. You can put a
you can sync with your calendar.
Oh my God!
You like that?
For me, what I do, yes.
Yeah, you can do that. I don't use that function. It has a lot of functionality.
Yeah.
You can totally do that.
Wow.
Yeah. You know what's funny too is like, you can control it via the app. So let's say there's a scenario where you're out of town. And you have a family member who needs to use your Tesla. And the person forgot their key or they forgot the card or whatever. You can literally unlock the car. You could be in London. Remotely, you can unlock the car. You could activate the car. You could let them drive the car.
Oh my!
My wife's driving. I could change her radio station
from the phone.
I can do stuff like that. You know, it's really cool.
That is insane.
Like here's a case. Why FSD? I'm present, like, you know, like something crazy happened, I'll intervene, but I'm like talking to you. I can engage with you. I'm basically being chauffeured to the car, you know.
Digitally.
Yeah. So these are things I really like. It's you have you're an engineer kind of guy. You've got X amount of energy. Why should I allocate 90% of my energy right now to driving when I can
headache?
I can allocate 20% to supervise it, and then the rest of the headspace I can think.
You arrive in a better mental space than
totally, dude. Commuting is so relaxing. I used to you know, like manual driving and bad driving. Oh, here's another thing. This gets rid of road rage.
I know.
I'm not emotionally invested.
I know.
Driving. It's matter of fact. It's digital. It's unemotional. Road rage goes away when you have digital cars.
I know. Because everybody's just able to get there. You can eat your snacks if you wanted to.
Yeah. Do you get up when you're flying? When you take a plane flight? Are you upset about other planes in the air?
Right.
No. You don't even know they're there. It's because it's on autopilot.
Yeah.
You don't care. These things happen. I think emotionality with driving road rage is just very primitive.
Yeah.
It's like unnecessary.
Yeah. Oh my God. Cruising along, Tesla's driving itself.
Yeah. So right now it's going 32 and a 30.
Yeah.
Be a little more aggressive. I've turned it to 40, 45.
Now, would you say you're a car guy, or more so, you know, you just use it to get where you got to go? And
no, I love cars.
Okay.
I love
now,
of cars.
Besides the car, I mean, are you a driving guy? Like giving up driving? Like, you know, there's some people that are like, I would never. Like I would never go for it. Like driving is my thing, right? Obviously, you're not, because you embrace the FSD. But before that, were you stone? Like, could you not see a day where you're sitting here and the car's driving itself? Like,
well, I mean, I like to drive a car for fun, but a lot of it is just labor.
Exactly.
Driving through traffic. What do I?
Yeah, that's not the same as leisurely driving.
I give you the world's best handling car. I give you a Ferrari. Do you want to drive a Ferrari through commuter traffic?
Exactly.
To me, that's very unpleasant.
Exactly.
I don't want to do that.
Yep.
Like, yeah, on a Sunday morning, the leaves are changing. No one's out, and I'm on a country road.
That's different. Yeah.
I'd love to drive.
And that's what I think this is. This has different uses.
Look at this.
This is scary.
It was fine.
Wow.
Yeah. It moved out of the way of the truck.
Yeah.
It did get on the median, but it also saw that other car. It was fine.
That was impressive.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's what I think is like the labor that it takes to drive in these urban environments where there's traffic, there's road rage.
Yeah.
Why don't you just save that energy for something else you want to do? And then when you do want to drive, there's always that go manual or hop in the car that's
my position.
Your classic car.
That's exactly my position.
Right.
Because that's a good question. Like, do I like FSD because I don't like driving? No, I actually love cars.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of this is just routine.
Yeah.
Labor. I'd just rather turn off.
Yeah. And most of the time, people getting tickets, what, you're going 10 miles per hour in a school zone? Now you can eliminate all that and just let the car get there.
Now, this is another question. Does it recognize school zones?
So back there was one point of the trip where I saw a school zone sign, and I noticed that this didn't change to school zone or anything.
Yeah.
But I think it does. Yeah.
Okay, this is my experience with that, because that's a really good question. I have not seen. I actually have not seen it with a flashing light school zone. Maybe other people have different experiences. I have not seen it default from 40 miles per hour to 20.
Really?
But when there's other cars present,
it was naturally slow of the traffic.
Exactly. It follows the flow of the other cars, keeps its distance.
Yeah.
So by default, this looking at the environment, it goes to 20 miles per hour.
See, all of this is so far ahead of city regulation, you know, because it's like, I saw a guy one time at TCU, the Model Y was driving, he had his feet popped up out of the door, or out of the window, just hanging back, letting the car drive itself, right? And that was like probably 2 weeks before I met you. And so I think this stuff is ahead of all the legal laws and everything, because once they find out that, wait a minute, now I think that's going to be a whole, FSD, no FSD on Kansas roads type of deal, you know what I mean? Like, people are going to, I don't know. But I think there might be some pushback once people realize that, wait, those cars are driving themselves. But once you look at the data on it, no accidents, no tickets pulled over.
It's the data.
Yeah.
Because from what I've heard, NHTSA and the regulatory agencies are very data driven. They really want 40,000 people a year die in car wrecks.
I know.
They really want to correct that. And it got worse during the pandemic.
Yeah.
They really want to fix that. So if you show the data, at least Tesla's data right now says you're 90% less likely to get in a car wreck if you're using FSD.
Yeah.
It's like it goes from 1 in 400,000 to 1 in 4 million.
Yeah.
Your risk of a car wreck.
Right.
So if they really are data driven, I think we're going to be all right with the regulatory hurdles. And yeah, you're right. There'll be differences. Mm-hmm. Texas may be more forgiving or allowable or permissive than Massachusetts. For example, in Connecticut, there's a senator who is kind of anti-FSD.
Yeah,
and
I bet.
I don't know if it's politically driven or what, but eventually that gets neutralized. You just got to follow the data. Mm-hmm. So far, California and Texas are going to be the two locations, as of this year, Elon says, that will allow unsupervised, again, let me repeat, unsupervised FSD. Mm-hmm. That means no warnings when I'm like engaged on my phone.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Yes.
Does the driver have to be in the seat? Does someone have to sit in that seat in order for FSD to?
I mean,
is that right?
Question. My guess is they're initially going to say yes, just in case there's a unexpected you have to take
event
over.
Yeah.
Like, so I think they will say yes.
Yeah.
But eventually, it's going to go to no. And how do I know that? I'm 100% certain it'll go to no, because the Cybercab that has been the prototype that they displayed on on October 10th last year has no steering wheel.
Yeah.
So you can't intervene.
Right.
So it's immaterial where you sit because there's no ability to intervene.
Exactly.
So it'll go to, it doesn't matter where you're sitting.
Wow.
But yeah, I think unsupervised FSD, when it rolls out in California and Texas, will be, you'll have to be in the passenger seat just in case something crazy happens. But it is mind blowing right now that hopefully, if they're on time, this year, you'll sit in you'll as an FSD driver, I'll be able to sit here and do
whatever you want to do.
And the car's driving.
Yeah.
Quote, unsupervised.
Right.
That's really exciting.
And then essentially, like you said, you can send the car unsupervised to a family member, pick them up, and bring them home type. You think that? Car in the, no human in the car.
I hope so.
Wow.
Hope so.
Yeah.
But the question is, what is the initial iteration going to be human in the car, in the driver's seat?
Yeah, that's what I think.
It's probably going to be like a gradual slope to that destination, eventuality of no one in the car.
Wow, yeah.
You have to get there somehow.
And that's where the laws, right? It's like, that's where the cities are going to say, hey, we don't want cars with no one in them on our roads. And I think that's where it'd be a little bit of pushback. But like you said, the data on that is like, well, there's been 0 accidents with these cars. So.
I mean, Governor Abbott seems to be on board in Texas with rolling out full self-driving in Texas. We'll see. So,
now we're here. There's 2 spots.
Okay,
it's giving us no option to park yet.
Let's do this. And I think your theory is correct. I think it's the diagonal thing, because let's see what happens here.
It passed 2 spots.
This car wants to back up. Let's see. Now, I'm not doing anything so far. Let's see if we see the spot.
Can you click it? No.
Yeah,
so no option to park yet?
It just stopped here.
Oh, so it doesn't.
Let's try. Here, I'm going to hit the brake, go forward a little bit.
And then, boom. There we go. Let it do this. Choose the spot.
Done.
Let's see what it does. Okay, lady's got the door open.
It's doing the...
It backs in. So the Tesla's back in.
Yeah.
Wow.
It likes to do it that way.
It's because it's easier for it to probably get out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It did it in one swipe. It's not going up and...
It's pretty slick. Now, I think it's going to pull forward.
Okay. Yeah. Auto park in progress. This is insane. Yeah, I'm sold.
Okay, good.
It brings you to the door, and
really makes me
this is
excited.
what I do. I back into all my spots. The fact that I know you would no longer have to do that, Tesla got us here. This is crazy.
Honestly, I really like the idea of this because you were appropriately skeptical.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go in this. I wanted to see someone who's skeptical, see what your reaction is, because I am in a little bubble.
Yeah.
I mean, you know I am. I love Tesla. I'm an
Yeah.
original. But I want to see someone who's not a Tesla guy.
Yep.
Who's been very honest that you don't like the aesthetics of the Tesla. Respect. That's fine. We're all individuals. But you just saw FSD. You like it. You're comfortable with it. It seems.
What is this rate on the safety barometer of cars? Like, how's it rate safety?
It's the safest car ever tested.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Model 3, Model Y, Model X broke the testing machine.
Yeah.
The Cybertruck. All these are the safest cars ever tested.
Right.
And as you know, like, EVs, generally speaking, are very safe cars, and they don't have, 20 gallons of combustible liquid in them. And as far as the myth of battery fires, that's been dispelled tons of times. The risk of this combusting versus a internal combustion engine is like a magnitude or more or less, maybe 2 magnitudes less.
Yeah.
So that's been dispelled. People like to say, "Oh, they catch on fire." That's nonsense.
Wow.
There have been rare cases where they catch on fire, but it's less likely than a combustion engine car. But the testing is very good. I mean, it had the highest results in crash tests, and that's really important to me because, like, I've had family members like injured, life-changing injuries because of car wreck.
Yeah.
And I'm sure everyone has.
Yeah.
Or has friends. It's a real problem. Like, who doesn't know someone who may have died in a car wreck?
Right.
And they're really trying to solve that problem.
Yeah.
By making a safer car and making one that drives itself. That's personally really important to me.
And if all the other cars have all these sensors and are monitoring what's going on the road, things can only get better. You know what I mean?
This is a really good point. So if you have just a self-driving car in isolation, and everyone else not self-driving, then you're still safer because it recognizes that. But in a world where more and more other cars are self-driving, then that's accretive. And I think you're right. You reach this like logarithmic state where everyone's self-driving. It gets really, really safe. Because if your car is for whatever reason misbehaving, you have redundancy of someone else's car and the other car, and they're all interacting.
And see, it's not going to glance at his phone and possibly miss a stop sign.
Correct.
This is fully stopping at every stop sign, identifying
correct.
people in their yard, crossing, the
Fully
cars coming.
Absolutely.
I'm sold.
Absolutely. No drama.
I think the only reason they didn't sell me is because there was no sales guy. They let me test drive by myself. And then,
well, that's the legitimate criticism of Tesla is they're a startup company that's moving fast, and their service isn't always great. Their attention to service details. So this is I put the windows up because of the gas.
Yeah.
Gas
so
in the car.
what's this schedule? What does this do? Schedule when your vehicle starts.
Well, you can precondition it if you're in adverse weather.
Okay.
You can, if you have solar or you have more expensive electricity at certain times of day, you can charge on a schedule to make it less expensive.
Okay.
I wish this doesn't. The Model Y does have something called biohazard mode, where you press a button and when there's fumes or whatever outside, like right now in California, LA's burning right now. The air quality is like 140 or 200.
Yeah.
People are using biohazard mode to have clean air.
You're right.
You get in your car. This has some good air filtration, but it's not HEPA grade quality.
Yeah.
The Y does. That is an argument to get the Y rather than the 3. You get the HEPA filtration.
Now you said the service part of Tesla, that's where you have some...
Well, okay, so you're not going to there's a local dealership here that everyone loves because they wash your car and they're nice to you and they give you hot chocolate when you get there. That's great. That's awesome. But you're not going to get the touchy-feely stuff from Tesla. But what you are going to get is if you have a problem, I don't even have to interact with a human. I just go to service.
You schedule something? Or ask a question? Okay.
Request a service, and here's your...
noise and vibration, that's what those are the parts that I've heard people say about.
You're a rattle screech.
Yeah.
Describe it, blah, blah, blah. There's the problem. Next.
You can record it. Ooh, wow.
Enter your address, and then they'll give you your next service appointment.
Right. Wow.
So, So then you schedule. Now, they're so busy and there's so many Teslas.
That it might be 2 months out, right?
Yeah. It used to be like within 1 week.
Yeah.
Now it literally is, you're correct, several weeks.
Yeah.
But if you have a major issue, they do have roadside service.
I've seen those guys in the,
So I can hit roadside right now, and a guy will come here right
Drivability
now.
concern.
Let's say I lost all my charge.
They'll bring you a little boost?
Yeah, they'll give you a boost. Or I have a flat tire, or a drivability. I'm worried something, or other. They'll show up.
Okay.
So you've got, for emergencies, you got roadside service.
And see,
for elective stuff, you got.
If you can go through and select all that, then I feel more like if I had a self-driving car out there with my teenager in it, and I can feel safe that maybe the car could even go in and call roadside assistance on its own and say, I have a drivability concern. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
So.
Or you could, if your kid called you and said,
yeah.
Hey, I'm worried. You could then
deploy
it for her, or because you have the app and it populates her car.
Mm-hmm.
Or here's another thing: it's like late at night. It's like 11 o'clock. Your daughter's teenager. Like, where is she? You can literally find out where she is. You can see if she's following the speed limit.
That's another thing too about the connectivity of cars getting smarter. It's like this thing is almost as important as your phone. You know what I mean? They say your phone is everything now. It's like now the car is an extension of everything of your life.
No doubt.
That's a good thing.
No doubt.
Yeah.
And I think we're only seeing the beginning of that because this screen.
Yeah.
The more and more it drives itself, the more important the screen gets.
Yes.
Or your handheld screen on your phone.
Yeah.
Because you have this expansive time. What are you going to do with your time?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use the screen. I'm going to watch.
They have a browser on here. They got YouTube.
Oh yeah. Let me show you because you were asking about that earlier.
Oh, the calendar. That's crazy. So.
Yeah. I don't even use it, but you have a calendar.
So you can plug in events and where you need to be, and the car knows, and it can.
Correct.
Oh my God.
It would know. It'll cue that up because it knows that's where you're
Right. And the fact that it knows like chargers that'll be on that route and how long you would need to be there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, and it's got all sorts of stuff here. Like theater mode is kind of cool.
What is that?
You can watch Netflix. It's
cool. Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah. Now this only works in park, right?
Correct.
Okay.
This is correct.
Yeah. Oh yeah, does it stream to that?
I'm pretty sure
it does. Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, we are in. Yeah.
So you can do Netflix, and the sound is very immersive. It's very good.
Mm-hmm. I'm sold, man.
Okay, and then you got YouTube, you got Hulu.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you want to search for? If you want to see the sound quality, I'm just going to turn it right down.
Go to let's just type in. Let's just watch the FS. Just type in FSD, Tesla FSD. See what comes up.
That's very meta.
Yeah.
SD13.
Tackle's busy. Yeah.
Okay.
He can watch it back there. Wow. I watch this channel a lot. They do good EV tests out of spec.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another full self-driving supervised video in the Cybertruck. We are on version 13.2.2. We're also in a brand new.
It's a bigger screen in the Cybertruck.
Yeah. It's probably about 30% bigger.
And there's no rear view mirror in there, or is there? I don't see
in the
one.
Cybertruck?
Yeah.
There's your rear view mirror is the camera. So
Okay,
you can move it around and it shows up as an elongated rectangle here and it shows behind you.
Okay.
If you really insist on seeing behind you, you can open the tonneau and then there's a small window and you can see behind you.
So it's like
the
that.
aerodynamics are better with the tonneau closed.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It was just going to drive right in front of that person.
Oh, he intervened.
Holy crap.
See?
So as you can see,
that's
that
why
did
you
not
pay
go very
attention.
well. That most likely would have been a collision. Had I not intervened there, that's the first time I've seen anything like that with version 13. But just
He's honest.
reminds us that we're still supervised. We still have to pay attention, of course, and that's exactly why. So even though it's performing really, really well, it can still make a mistake. But hopefully those mistakes will be less than human soon, and far, far less than human. So anyway, I put in some random stuff here. This is like a really tight
Satellite,
town.
man.
I haven't actually driven
Yeah, these.
down there yet.
Yeah, this is this wireless charging both of these right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So of course, in the Cybertruck, it does not have.
Do you have a glove box?
Park function
Yeah.
like the
Okay.
Y has.
Nice.
You have to. It can't reverse.
So let's
so hopefully we're gonna interact with this train as well.
to get out,
FSD
minimize.
visuals for this train. It's not picking up anything. We're in the
Oh,
parking
okay.
lot visuals. It's not.
Okay, nice.
So it only goes out.
Yeah, I like the way that closes too. That's nice.
Yeah. And check the door. Try the door. Just hear how solid that door is. People used to criticize like it's very.
No, that's
Yeah,
that's a
kinda
solid
thud.
close. Yeah.
It's different than the old 3.
Yeah. So you can record the outside too.
Oh
or
yeah, you can do that. You can do it from your phone as well. So if you want, let's say you're somewhere and you want to know what's going on with your phone, you go to security, and you can can
Centennial mode, right?
you can allow access. You
Sentry
can,
mode, yeah.
Yeah, Sentry mode will.
Oh, so dash cam is recording.
It will, from all the cameras. Like you can be on your phone and see what's happening to your car when you're in a restaurant.
Right.
Someone near my car, you got a Sentry mode alert.
Yep.
Sentry mode just alerts you if someone's near your car.
Now, what's car wash mode do? Is that?
I think it's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because
Interesting.
if you push against when you're washing it, if you push the little opener for the
charger door,
charger will keep on opening and closing, so you can deactivate that.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you walking me through everything, gentlemen.
It's good, man.
Man, this is amazing.
Future,
yeah, I'm sold.
I'm
sold.
I'm excited. This is good.
I'm sold. I'll probably get a Model Y, but I'm sold.
The Model Y, there are going to be a lot of deals because that's exiting, and then the new Model Y is coming. I personally would wait for the new one because the acoustics are going to be better in the new Model Y.
I'm watching videos on it.
It's just, to me...
And it seems like the hardware is the better FSD experience you're going to have.
This
so,
is correct
yeah.
also. You're gonna
now,
get FSD.
when you pay for it, is it annual fee or is it one time and you have it?
Well, you can do either. It's a monthly fee,
subscription,
$99 per month.
Okay.
Or you can just buy it.
And then you'll have it.
Subscription's a better deal because buying it's $8,000.
Yeah.
But
But that's a one-time 8,000 or is it annual?
It's one time, and it's one time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's for the life of the car. You'll have it.
Okay.
And they're doing a lot of incentive deals where you can transfer it. So this has FSD because I transferred it from my old car.
Oh.
So if you become a long-term Tesla owner, they often will throw those deals out to gin their sales.
Okay.
So I don't know. I still would probably just do the subscription. But it's becoming so indispensable that you could make an argument just to buy it.
Yeah.
And you've got it.
Right. No monthly fee to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man.
All right.
Well, it was good. Good talking to you. Thank you for showing me everything.
Right, man. Good
seeing
you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Keep in touch.
Thank you for walking us through
Take
everything.
care, man.
Thank you.